Welcome back to Same State Bearkat Dynasty. We're heading into the off-season, heading into week 3. We just won our bowl game 38-31 against the Appalachian State Mountaineers. It was the Bahamas Bowl. It was a great game. Go back and watch it. I did want to update you all. We did have some other job offers and some actual head coaching offers. So number 1 for TCU, that's crazy. 2 for Pitt, offensive coordinator for Penn State, and then 3 for Oklahoma State. I am not thinking of leaving, just as a heads up, but did want to just kind of say something cool about that. Let's talk about some of the guys we're going to be losing, and it's sad. It really is. David Fisher, our number 1 cornerback, didn't throw too many times at him because he was our number 1. Caleb Weaver, he was a safety for us, and he did big things because we did play the 3-3-5, so he was in there a lot along with the other safeties. So being able to be a man coverage safety as well as a zone coverage safety did great things for us. Jadon Cardell, he was our punter, and I didn't use him a whole lot. James Dawn, the second, this man got a ton of pancakes for us, open up holes for us. He was great. Heman Allen, senior, who had 8 picks this senior year. He also was able to have several pick sixes. He did win an award, as you can see up there. We are definitely going to miss him. He was a great slot defensive back. John Gentry, can't say enough about him. This man carried us so many times. Phenomenal player. We are definitely going to miss him. Colby Sessoms, dude, I feel so bad for you. I'm the one that was controlling your kicking, and I'm terrible. Chris Murray, defensive end, coming through clutch for us. Got some big sacks for us down the stretch, especially in the bowl game. Happy with everything he did for us, and we're going to be looking to just re-up on this defensive line. Bryson Hayes, another amazing defender on that line for us. Again, just too many guys that we have on this defensive line to really, quote-unquote, replace. But we're going to have to try to put people in their spots and hope that they can do half of what they did. Also, playing in front of his hometown all 4 years. Well, 5 years because he's a redshirt. Trey Fields came up with some big plays for us. Had a few knockdowns, big tackles, and a big sack for us. William McCullum, another amazing lineman for us. Lots of pancakes and just making sure that he got out there on those screens. Devon Armstead, another safety in there a lot, able to be hybrid, as it says he can play man and zone. Marquise Gums came to us, I think, from a Florida school, and he did big things for us. Initially, I was worried because I did already have some tight ends in place I wanted to throw to, but he ended up doing big things for us and scored a touchdown for us in our bowl game. No idea who that guy is. Murdaugh came through huge for us multiple times, especially when we had to spell Mr. John Gentry because he was the workhorse. Murdaugh was, I'd consider him a power back, but I mean, as you can see, 5'9", 175, not really a whole lot of force coming behind him, but he was shifty. Simeon Evans, man, we did not utilize you enough. I wish we would have, but you contributed a ton for us. Blocking especially because we had a lot of RPOs, so that was great. Speaking of blocking, Fernando Garza coming in as another tight end that we were initially going to throw it to or thinking of throwing it to, but we obviously did not have the opportunity, mainly because we had Gums. But I tell you one thing, Garza was a great blocker, and he caught a few passes for us. Shane Johnson, can't say enough about him. He was a great guy for us, especially on the RPO, so definitely going to miss him. I think I saw his name a few times. Hunter Watson, let's go ahead and look at his stats. No! I thought I threw more touchdowns and interceptions, or at least had even. Obviously, I didn't. That stinks. But look at that. Almost 2,500 yards. Did throw 18 touchdowns, and none more important than the one on the goal line to get the touchdown, essentially seal the win for the Bahamas Bowl. We're now advancing weeks as we talked about some of our seniors. Hire staff. Do we have to hire staff? What? Lost our defensive coordinator. Oh, coaching changes. Defensive coordinator, all openings. What dang? So where did our guy go? He went to Pittsburgh? He's the defensive coordinator there? What the world? Well, dang. So now we got to look and see. North Texas. This might be an option. I do like Louisiana. 425. I'm going to say Louisiana. Cullen Dane. Elite recruiter. Okay. Let's go ahead and hire this guy. Let's make an offer. Offer pending. Advancing week. Boom! We have a new coach. What's up? Advancing to the national championship. And look at that. The cheaters win again. So on top of all the seniors, we have these two who want to transfer. Let's see who they are, what they do. Alexander is going to be the starter, if he stays. Okay speed, decent acceleration, and agility, change of speed could be a little better. Good strength, good awareness. I like the way he can carry the ball. Oh, 82 break tackles, some trucking. Okay. Can he catch? He can catch. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'd like to see if I could keep him. We would have him for 2 years. That'd be good. And then if we don't keep him, Dante David. He's fast. And Kenny. I know I started Kenny a little bit. Played him. So we need some more running backs. Then the other guy was Jaden Gaines. Okay. He's not super fast. Yeah, slow. Okay, acceleration. Agility, not great. But obviously on par with everyone else. Change direction, not great. Strength, that's pretty good for what we got. I mean, he's the second strongest. Awareness up there, decent. Okay, play rec, good. Second best. Power move, good. Finesse move, good. Block shedding, good. Tackling, okay, he's their best tackler. Hot dog. Best hit power. Second best hit power, my bad. Best pursuit, though. Wow. We do have quite a few guys coming in, but this guy would be a great person to try to keep. So let's try to persuade them. Woo, okay, he decided to stay. Okay, I'd like to keep this guy. Whoa, okay, he decided to stay as well. Heck yes, we're keeping both of these guys. And then we already talked about the people who are graduating. Unfortunately, a lot of great players right there. Okay, advancing. Now let's look at the portal, see who we got. This screen right here tells you that we did great recruiting there in the first week. We were not recording, so that's why you don't actually get to see the screen. But we did have 2 guys commit to us. Buck Blank, who is a defensive end, but depending on how big he is and some of his stats, we'll move him inside. And Henry Dirth, who's going to be a great depth piece, but also Mayville will start for us depending on what his attributes tell us after we get him mixed in with the rest of the new recruits and commits. Another tough week on the recruiting trail. Let's see what our labors have gotten us. Boom! Juan Stevens, wide receiver from Marshall, Texas. This man has decent catching at 70, but I'm happy with all of his other attributes. Again, because we did not press the right button to record, we're going to go over the incoming recruits and talk just a little bit about them. Jed Alotu Judah, who is a transfer, he does seem to have some big time plays. He does have pretty good stats as well. Happy to have him. He's fast, he's strong, and he can cover. Middle linebacker George Caldavitas, South Lake, Texas. Not quite Kyler Murray short, but only 6'1", so not exactly the tallest guy on the field, but he's a 3-star, and he's got pretty great speed. Happy about that. Isaac Sohn from Aledo, Texas. He is a center, and because he does share the last name with a former tight end that was here at Same, we're going to say they were cousins. Evan Buchanan, another free safety we have that we are probably going to redshirt because he does seem to have a lot of talent, and I want to make sure that we keep that talent on the team so that we don't have to go back and re-up every few years. We brought in another fullback, Juan Pujade. That's what I'm talking about, man. He's from Houston. He's 225 pounds of rumbling, bumbling, stumbling sexiness. Manny Fonseca, he is an athlete, but he did register as a running back for us. John Silvera, he is a tight end, and he is going to be really good because he can block, but he can also catch. Jamario Yeast is another free safety who I think we could move to cornerback. That might be what we have to do with some of these free safeties and strong safeties that we have coming in because we are pretty depleted in the cornerback room. But these guys are fast enough and strong enough with pretty decent tackling that we can do that. Joey Acho, you might remember the Acho name from University of Texas, but this is a different school in Texas, bringing back the tight end. Baby, he can stretch the field, but he can also block. Josh Quintero, he was on our list earlier in the season. We took him off, but decided, hey man, we need another running back because we are down to like 3 running backs. Levi Eddy, he is a 1-star tight end. I don't foresee a whole lot being good about him, but he's got decent catching at 71. Jake Tolliver, Julian Edelman type of Wes Welker field general wide receiver. He's not fast. He's not that big. He is going to have to work on catching. I don't know when or if he's going to see the field, but he could be a special teams player. Overall, we have the 59th best class. We did bring in 17 3-stars, 9 2-stars, and 2 1-stars. Because we did move up to 2-star prestige, we were able to recruit 3-stars. We're at, I think, 2.5, as I saw before. So that's great. We were able to bring in a good number at 28 because we were getting rid of quite a few seniors in very pivotal positions. With all the position changes out of the way, look at the training results. We moved Caleb Holloway from outside linebacker to middle linebacker. Leon Hopper from tight end to fullback. We have some guy, Kyle Bruce, that I don't know. Session from tackle to guard. I don't know who that is. Reynoso from center out to tackle. Slater from linebacker to defensive end. Melton from middle linebacker to outside linebacker, along with Forrest Gatlin. Jane Brown from corner to free safety. And Jadarius Brown and Dax Horani from cornerback to strong safety. And this next page is going to bring us to the recruiting and to the custom schedules. We're going to go ahead and knock that out and give you an idea for who we're going to be playing next year and who we might be welcoming to campus in hopes of making them Bearcats for the next few years. So we're going to be looking at other teams in Texas to see if we can take over the state. We are locked into the games that are conference games, but that is only going to leave us with 4 home games this year. Now, I don't foresee Baylor or Arizona actually coming to Elliott Bauer Stadium, so we will stay in Texas and go to Baylor in Waco. We will then come home and play Troy. Then we will travel to Arizona to play the Wildcats, have a bye week, and then start to go as we travel to Georgia to play Kennesaw State, home against Liberty, to Louisiana to play the Bulldogs, which will be a Conference USA Championship rematch. We'll welcome the Golden Hurricanes to Elliott Bowers. We'll travel to Pitbull Stadium in Florida to play the Panthers. We will then welcome the Hilltoppers back home here in Texas. We'll travel all the way across the state to play UTEP, go to New Mexico State to play the Aggies, and then finally finish the year with Jacksonville State at home at Elliott Bauer Stadium. Then, 2 weeks later, we will hope to be playing in another Conference USA Championship game. And a quick reminder as we get to the recruiting, we have gone up from a 2-star to a 2.5-star, so we can still only recruit up to 3 stars. As we did bring in 17 3-stars last year, so that was great, but they're not the 4 and 5 stars that you're seeing from other big schools, especially here in Texas. We're fighting tooth and nail to get players from Louisiana, New Mexico, Oklahoma, obviously from Texas as well. But the surrounding states, we absolutely positively have to start going out to, because we can't compete with Texas. We can't compete with Texas Tech, Texas A&M. They have more money than us. So as we are going to be looking at these new recruits, these potential Bearcats, we have to keep that in mind. Only from Texas, only from surrounding states, and only up to a 3-star. So we'll be back. We have finished our recruiting. We have set up our depth charts. We have put the red shirts on certain players. A lot of the players that are redshirted are better players, mainly because I want to keep them for a period of time. The best example is a freshman center that we have is the same overall as a transfer center that we have. With that being said, I would rather have the transfer play because he already has higher awareness and, decent blocking stats. But if I can keep the freshman for 1 more year, that will give him more time in our system. That will also give him more time to get better. So that is an example of one of the better players, quote unquote, that I did choose to redshirt. Now, some of the others may have been a running back, a safety, because I want to keep the freshman safety over the junior that has a lower overall. So I do feel comfortable with the team that we have left. Obviously, we may very well have to make changes in the middle of the year. And if that's what it's going to take, then it is what it is. We have to do what we can to be the best team we can today, but also think ahead to 2-3 years down the road. Speaking of being the best team today, there is no love given to the Bearcats for the upcoming year. Not even in the more information, as you can see. So we have to come out, play well again, get our name even higher in that list, because we did finish last year ranked 20th. Now take the screen with the information on the right with a grain of salt. The offensive scheme may change only in adding different sets, not really changing the plays. But the defensive scheme may very well change. We brought in a new defensive coordinator. Who knows? Time will tell. Time will also tell if they should have put more Sam Houston State Bearcats on this list for preseason Conference USA. Tell you one thing, Fatu Makuba is our top receiver rating-wise. He is going to be the #1 receiver. But we have some other talented guys that are going to be catching the ball not only as a wide receiver, not only tight end, but also coming out of the backfield. So happy with Rockwell coming back, happy with Adkism coming back, happy with Jewett coming back. So Fatu is hopefully going to build on the momentum from last year. Didn't get a lot of playing time, but did take advantage of when he was in. I think he caught a touchdown or two, so that is definitely something we're going to look to build on. And two more guys on the opposite end of the spectrum, going from sophomore to seniors, Caleb Holloway and Chanston Prox. These two guys have been big playmakers the last 2 years, and this third year, their last year here at Sam, is hopefully going to be huge for both of them. Chanston Prox is going to be our #1 cornerback, so he's going to be playing on their top receiver opposite of him. Also, Caleb Holloway is going to be a middle linebacker opposed to an outside linebacker. He's not as fast, but he has great coverage. So I do like the idea of him being in the middle of the field, using his awareness and his playmaking skills when it comes to pursuit and play recognition to be the cornerstone of this defense. As we advance to this next week, you will see some of the guys that we're recruiting have moved us in their top 8 and other people have not. So that's unfortunate. During this bye week, we have looked at the recruiting. We've also come up with a few guys that we are going to target more heavily than others. We do want to look for new running backs because we are very, very thin in that area. Also need to look at some tight ends. I didn't realize it. We're losing like 3 tight ends this year. On top of the 2 we lost last year in Garza and Gums. So definitely need to focus there. Obviously, going to be looking at offensive line, going to be looking at defensive line because we are very young, but want to continue to build on that because that is where I want to be our strongest point on our entire team. So as we advance from week 0 to week 1, a few guys have moved us into their top 1, 2, or 3 and top 8. And this is where we're going to finish the offseason video, getting to week 1 where we're going to be traveling to Waco to play the Baylor Bears. I think the best part about this is we are staying in state. And it's really not too long of a drive, so it's not going to be anything that's going to take our guys to a different time zone. It's not going to be anything that's going to rattle them per se, going to the east or west coast, or even going up north to Nebraska or Wyoming or Vermont, if that even exists. So again, just staying in state, going a little bit south. So we're used to the heat because we've been doing 2-a-days. We're used to the atmosphere because we're probably going to have a lot of Bearcats in the stands. So that's going to be great for us. We look forward to seeing you at the game. Eat 'em up, Cats!